Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Bitcoin ripping. We hit our first scalp up in the big or long. Let's go. 93.3 BTC. What, were you scared? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. 93,400 for Bitcoin. Booming to the upside. My tie disheveled. There we go. Come on, Sammy. Get it over. No, over there. There we go. And flop that down. Wait, why is that button showing? All right. Sorry about that. It's still freaking... Hey, who cares? Who cares over here? Hey, I can't... It's backwards. So left is left, front is front. I am so hot right now. That workout was just too much. It got me going, man. My workout was just so much. I'm sweating bullets. And I made gains on the stream in front of everybody on the inside the Discord. I took my chains off. I got to put them back later on. What a day it is to be alive. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Live Show, most transparent. We're up $4,000 right now. I told you when you cross this 200 moving average on the 3-day chart to front run that baby when this was just coming up a little bit with stops below this wick. I gave it to everyone in the world. Many people didn't believe me. This thing might run all the way back up to 106. It's going to be a beautiful move, and we're already poised and positioned to put our stop at a break even soon and to just let this thing run. Up 31%, used $12,000 at about, 8x leverage, turning it into a $106,000 trade. And I'm up 31% on the margin. And that's how you do it, all right? It's not easy. These are heavy risk trades. You could lose a lot, but you got to know what you're doing. Please don't try this at home if you don't have any set of discipline or a demo account to try this on. I gave you a trade live here on Weeks. This morning, I gave it to the trading group. And you can see kind of why I was in the trade. It was a 5-minute flag here that looked like it was about to break up to the upside. Stop loss below, right there at like 92,000. This created a big pump to the upside. You're actually still in the gains if you took this trade. Let me show you the trade right here. There was the entry right when we bounced off the 200 moving average. I felt like that was a great place to get in. I like when we bounce off the 200. I use my 200 moving average for entries. This thing blasted to the upside. I sold that wick there. We have since come back down and continued to pump. So had you gotten into this trade like I gave you in the trading group at 92,647, you're in the money now, up $1,000, and I teach you how to make $1,000 off $1,000 move. Bitcoin goes up $1,000. I usually make between $800 and $1,400 depending on how much leverage or account I have. But I make about $1,000 off $1,000 Bitcoin move, and I found that's all I need. And Bitcoin's been moving about $1,000 a day, so I'm loving what's happening here. Look, Bitcoin crossed the 200 moving average last night at 90,000. That was another entry that we talked about. This is my system. Touching the 21 above the 200 inside a flag. I teach this all the time. Touching the 21 above the 200 entry right there. The 1 minute gave beautiful entries. Had you got in right when we crossed the 200 right here, put a stop right there, you would have rode this all the way to the high there. Okay, same thing here. Had you got in when the 1 minute crossed above the 200 moving average right there, open up a trade, stop below. Another beautiful move to the upside. Sorry, the fan is too much. I can hear the static, and I can't have that. So I'm going to sweat. No fan, because I'd rather have good audio than have you guys hearing that nonsense in the background. Shout out to all my lovers of life. Where is the music? There it is. In case you weren't sure, it's there. It's there. So I gave the first scalp of the morning. Hey, and I was working out while I made the money. You know what I'm saying? And listening to Jim Rohn. So I worked out, listened to Jim Rohn, and made the gains. I want to teach you how to triple up your life. Okay? And then we show up. We've already been working since 7 in the morning. It's 10:19. We're going to keep moving. God bless everybody here on the live. Let's break down our top-down analysis for Bitcoin. River busts out this little flag here on the 1 hour. See that? It's either going to hit a resistance and calm down, or it could plow all the way to 30. Again, I wouldn't chase this stuff, but I am seeing what's hot right now. A little bit of bearish div right now. Not perfect, though. I'm going to have a shot of ginger to get us going in a second. And we're going to ripsky. See, look at this. This is the 15-minute flag I talked about this morning to the trading group. I said, watch your 15-minute flag. Watch your 4-hour. I said the 15-minute may make a move here, right? Strive during 3 months. And big news came out today. If you didn't notice, Michael Saylor adds more Bitcoin. And he's adding USD reserves, which is pretty interesting too. So strategy led by billionaire executive chairman Michael Saylor announced on Monday it has expanded its Bitcoin treasury once again, adding 1,287 Bitcoin in early January and lifting its total holdings to 673,783 BTC. Strategy has acquired 1,287 Bitcoin to increase its Bitcoin reserve. Unbelievable. It also increased its U.S. reserve by 62 million to $2.25 billion. Strategy. I keep buying BTC. I showed you I bought 10K this weekend. All right? I just keep doing what it does. All right? You do what makes you happy. I'll do what makes me happy. Together, we can hang. Right? We can hang. We can have a good time. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for coming through and hanging with the lifer. Let's do our top-down analysis and break it down one step, one day, one candle at a time. We have too many people in disbelief. Everybody is short. They say the whole world is short right now because they don't know what hidden bullish divergence. That's why it's called hidden. The majority of the population cannot see it, so we call it hidden bullish divergence. There's a strong hidden bullish, and you have to be in the markets for kind of years to really, really depend on it, or you can take my word for it. Hang out with me every day. It's up to you. I don't know. I've only been doing this for 20 years. Probably nothing. Funny, people have been doing this for 8 years and they still think they got something on me. So funny. Oh no, that never happens. It stinks. This thing, I've never seen it explode like that. That means it was left out or something. Yeah, so it went bad. Anyway, I'm going to take it anyway. Shot of ginger. Yes. Yes, concentrated ginger, man. Like really nothing better. So swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down is hidden bullish divergence. If this monthly candle can close bullish engulfing, I'll take it. Not a huge fan that this wasn't a big wick, but it was a wick. If you zoom in, there is a wick there. So hey, we have monthly support now. Wherever two candles close on the monthly is support at 87.5, and you had this support here that you wicked below, but you never broke at 82.5. So if the bears are so strong, how come they didn't break this low? How come the monthly has a higher low? Technically, we'll have to wait for this green candle to close, but blessings, gratitude, much love. Thanks a million. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the love. Shout out to the lifers and everybody out here. Thank you for kicking it with Sam Price, the crypto lifer. We appreciate you. Strive during 3 months ended December 31st. What is it? I don't. Anyway, I like what I'm seeing there. Let's take a look at the 2-week chart. 2-week closed the bullish engulfing. I talked about opening a trade here with stops below these wicks. You're in the money now. Again, I can't force you to do stuff, but I show it every single day. Remember, I did this live stream for 3 years, for free. At least 2 years for free. 2019, 2020, and a bit of 2021. Until I even opened up a paywall, I was doing this for free. So I just want everyone to know that. Everyone wants a payday. Everyone wants to get paid. Everyone wants to make millions. Are you willing to work for free for years? A lot of people are not willing to do that. I worked for free for a long time. Okay? I want to reiterate that because the richest people are willing to work for free. Elon Musk technically works for free a lot of time too, man. He stays late. He doesn't, the money's there, but he's just grinding, man. Once you fall in love with the grind, money does not exist. It's just a byproduct of how hard you work. Other people will look at you and get jealous of what you have, but what they're really jealous of is your work ethic, not your money. Because if they had your work ethic, they would have your money. So it wouldn't matter. Previous resistance is support on the weekly right here at 86,500. And we had multiple candles close above that area as support. So previous resistance did stay as support. And this looks like a breakout back to the upside. And we got a gap here. And we hit this high volume node at 96.8. Looks likely for BTC. Let's look at that 5-day chart. I still assume the 5-day could be in a bear flag and could be dumping on us to the downside. I think it's a smart idea to keep that in our back pocket and not get overly bullish. We still know 94,000 is a big deal. If we can't get back above 94K, I don't believe in this rally at all. So we have to get above 94,000 to remain solvent and to get a really nice pump that we're looking for. That's kind of what we're going for. Stuff gets loose, man. It's loose over here, loosey-goosey. Hey, easy. The next thing, I did this once and then the mic fell off during the stream. Next thing you know, I'm trying to put it back on. That wasn't a fun day. I remember that day. Hey, but nothing beats the day I fell through a glass door and was bleeding out my left artery, right near my left artery. See this massive scar on my wrist, and I'm still alive. It's a massive scar on my wrist right there. You can see it through the blurriness, and I'm still alive, and I shouldn't be. That went right towards my main artery. My hand went through a glass door. I was bleeding. I ran to the hospital and screamed, "I'm going to die. Please, help me. I'm going to die." I don't know if you've ever said the words, "you're going to die." Have you ever said that out your mouth? Have you ever said, "I'm going to die" because you're bleeding profusely out your arm? Anybody here? Anybody? Anyone actually said, I'm going to die? Because you could see you were going to die if someone didn't help you. There's probably a few people here. I just want to see if I have a connection to anyone here. Anyone knew you were going to die if someone didn't help you? Like if someone didn't stop that bleeding, I was going to die. That's a fact. I was going to bleed out in the streets. My life was going to end. You see what I'm saying? I had to yell, I'm going to die. Please save my life. Like, oh my God, I get shudders when I think about it. I'm still here. Today's not that day. I'm always like, I get like PST and then I'm like, Sam, you're not running for your life today. You're okay. And I'm like, oh God, I'm okay. I'm like, you're okay, bro. You're just trading. You can only lose money, not your life now. 3-day chart looks beautiful. Closing a candle above the 200 moving average would be great. That happens tomorrow night. Let's see if we can sustain this move and stay above these two candle close there on the 3-day chart. Moving forward to the daily. And look at it. I mean, let's get rid of this. But that's an Adam and Eve double bottom, is it not? There's your Adam and Eve. It's got a measured move to the upside. Entry somewhere in here. Stop losses below these lows. One of, whichever low you feel more comfortable with. And boom, to the upside, all the way to 104,603. Blessings. Much gratitude, Sam. Much love. Thank you a million. Hey, God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the fan funding coming in so hot already. $50 super chat. You're amazing, bro. Thank you. Like, he just paid for half of the month and a super chat. Like, these people are giving people, man. I got the best people in the group. I'm telling you, the worst people left and the best people stayed. Good riddance to the people that left, man. You weren't the real ones anyway. My real ones are still with me, baby. Let's go. If you double cross me, if you use my services and my advancement to sell your own services, if you went and purged through my group, God is watching you. Remember that. If you use my day-to-day every single time I live stream to double cross me, God is watching you. You may think you got away with it, but it's going to send you down an energy path that'll eat you alive. Just saying. Just like the guy who used Trax NYC recently to sell fake jewelry, that's what you're doing if you're purging my group. If you're doing something behind the scenes that's shady, I just got to say it. You're going to have bad karma coming your way. I'm just saying. It has nothing to do with me. The universe will deal with you the way it will. So if you can't sleep at night because you know what you're doing, you either have a chance right now to stop it if I'm talking to you, ask God for forgiveness and move on, or you will be consumed by your negative energy. So look at this. This is a beautiful move here. I see this headed up to 104,500 for Bitcoin. And it's a known signal. And you can even have this kind of inverted head and shoulder in here. So I like what I'm seeing. So an entry anywhere in here. Stop loss anywhere down here for the take profit around $104,000, $105,000 BTC. Could even get to the POC there at 111,000. I got a bot that trades for me. It's pushing through. It's halfway to profits. Once it gets to 102.8, it's going to get out of a massive trade that it's been in for a long, long time. I've been trading NAS and US 30. Now Bitcoin is looking tradable again, so I'm here. Amen. I got you. Share, and show love. Yeah. Hey, and let's do our pants check. I'm wearing gray pants today. A beautiful set of gray pants. My shirt tucked in. I look beautiful. Okay? I look beautiful. So stupid. But I'm wearing pants, man. I didn't mean to say I look beautiful because it seems kind of strange, but I'm wearing pants. All right? I don't do that K.O. Leary stuff with some polka dot boxes underneath my tie. All right? My Uma nerve is damaged and I'm working on healing 12 months after the injury, so I hear you. Seek Parabolic. I love you, man. Thank you. Will there be a pullback on the daily to re-enter or just going straight up? Bro, I've been practicing this affirmation and it's working. Hey, man, God bless you. Wearing pants? The affirmation of wearing pants? Hey, it seems to make people successful when they wear pants. Yeah. Don't be gay, say I love you, bro. Shout out to Bitcoin Tutor. We love you, man. We love you. Shout out to Servando Estrada in the house. Shout out to all my beautiful people. ETH needs to break all-time high, pumping to 5K. In that period, we're going to see alt season. Not before that. Everyone's saying that, but that's the old story. I think you're going to have a new narrative of assets that you don't know about. There's going to be AI agents, AI things, some new DeFi coming out. Stuff like river ripping. And, it's not going to be just... I think it's going to be when Sol really starts to rip. ETH will hit an all-time high. It's going to help other coins for sure. It's, and it's going to solidify all season for a fact. But that's old news. And the narrative is slightly changed, and there's other coins that can purvey what's really going to go down besides ETH now. ETH is a lagging indicator. And everyone's going, oh, I'm going to say something that no one else will say. Because if you do what everyone else is doing, you're going to get their results. Like, nobody trades the 3-day 200 moving average like me. Nobody. Nobody does this. Nobody opens up a long because we're above the yellow line on the 3-day chart. Maybe there's some OGs that do it, but I don't know anyone that's our age, you know. God bless you, Sam. I've been following you for about a year, and I'm sure I speak for everyone here when I say thank you for always showing up and helping all of us become better traders and better people. God bless you. Thank you. Good afternoon, Sam from London. Much love from across the pond. Just got funded with a prop firm. Let's go. God bless you, man. And do you guys want me to start working with a prop firm? I got a prop firm I want to work with. I've been talking to them for a while, back and forth. I think I may open up the connection with them in a couple weeks. Are you guys okay with that? Do you guys think that's cool? I could give you better discounts. Yes, I know it's a predatory space. I do. But people seem to do it anyway. And I see a lot of my subs doing it regardless. And I think I could get you a better deal. Or at least get you, you know, a lower percentage every time if you have to go back in or, you know. So I could throw my weight around to get people better deals. So, you know, and I'd make some money. So it would be a win-win for anyone who's doing it. But I also don't want to be looked at as predatory. So I'm asking you guys, what do you think? You know? Yeah, to throwing the weight around. I like you. Shout out to Fib Sniper. Hey, we have a big community. I've been around for a long time. They can't push us around like they push other channels around. So if you say they are legit, no, I would only work with a firm. I've been working for a long time. Yeah. Explain how pop firms work. So yes, please, discounts. Yes, I played with Bitfunded. The stop loss setup was horrible. It was, huh? Yo, could you email me your experience with Bitfunded? Because I'm trying to look at the different ones. Sam, you're making my dream come true, trading Bitcoin and having time for my little boys. I appreciate you, my guy. Bitcoin Tutor, you're amazing. I love you, man. Could you share what prop firm you were talking to? No, not yet. I don't want to do that yet. Yeah. Sammy, make sure it's better than Breakout, he says. Huh? Funny. Okay. Hell no. Keep doing your thing, bro. Man, do what's best for the community. Amen. Mainly, you have forgive yourself. Do you know repent originally, right? In your mind, original language, man, no, I had to change no mindset. Learn to forgive yourself. Thank you, bro. God bless you. I'm not sure where that's going, but hey, forgiving yourself is always good. So Bitcoin looks nice here, and we're getting a beautiful pump to the upside for BTC. My trade is really starting to rock here. I think we're up $4,000 on the trade now. The highest we've been, 93,660, and we're starting to kind of put a mark here. And I'm excited to see where this could go. So it's great to be in gains at the beginning of the year when the last 2 weeks there was just like slim pickings. We're going to start trading again back here on my one of my favorite exchanges, Pionex. Don't forget, we're going to be live trading Pionex. We were buying spot BTC there recently. Even bought some PEPE, if you saw there. I'm up like about a 25% on my PEPE buy. And the 1 minute is actually showing signs of a possible flag. It's kind of a head and shoulder, but it's flagging out on the 21-2 above the 21-day moving average. Possible scalpelino here on Pionex. I would set it up. I don't know if I'm going to take it, but there's a possible scalp here on Pionex. Sign up to Pionex if you want. Link in the description. I really like the way their user experience works on small time frame scalps. I also like to scalp on weeks. MEXC is where I do bigger trades with USD and BTC. All right. And just to have a reason for different exchanges for different things. The bigger the trade, I put on MEXC because we have, you know, lower fees. Weeks is good too for low fees. All right. So I'm always looking for the best place for you, or you have to pay the least to trade. Based on your experience, which time frame provides the best results for hidden bullish strategy? The daily and the weekly. I've never seen it on the monthly. This is the first time I've seen it on the monthly. Look, we hit a bit of a resistance here too now. I'd like to switch to the 5 minute, see what the 5 minute's doing. So the 5 minute broke out of the flag. Now it's flagging again. Let me see the 15. 15 minute has some bear div. And now I want to switch to the 1 hour time frame. It's funny, the 1 hour just bounced off the 2. You know, this is kind of what I was looking at here. The 1 hour says we're going to pump a little more. Possibly get to 95,000 in the next few hours. You know, by 12 o'clock. And then that's going to be kind of the daily high. This looks interesting to me. 1 hour looks like it may continue. I would flag out the 5 minute above this resistance now. And so that's what I do. You want to make sure a bigger time frame looks good. The 5 minute look. And look, this is way better than the price action was for the last 2 weeks. Like Bitcoin was, I can't believe, you guys were awesome. I mean, we got through some of the hardest times and I still did all of my I still did all my live streams. We nailed it. You people were there. It was awesome. Yeah. What's the best time frame to start with as a beginner? The 1 hour. The 1 hour time frame and the 4 hour time frame. Use them in tandem. I like the 1 hour the most. Like right now, if the 1 hour is true to its name, this 5 minute will flag, it will pump. This might even just straight up pump. Bitcoin's looking pretty bullish. Harder to get an entry right now if you didn't get the earlier entry right here. That's why I go for the 21 on the 2, because it gives me the best risk reward. Here now, they could slip, you know what I mean? I love trading near the 200. It's the best risk reward when the 21 is tight. So these are the best. I've studied every asset in the world and all the pumps that have ever happened. I know you don't believe me. I know you don't think that you've tripped on one of the greatest streams of your life. I know you think I'm just pompously talking about myself all the time. I'm pompously talking about how good this strategy is because it's gold. When I die, people are going to say, man, look at the guy's strategy. It was so gold. And they're going to realize it wasn't about me and my ego because I'm going to be gone. And so when I'm gone, I can't really talk about my ego anymore. It can't be about me. My strategy hopefully will finally be revealed when I'm gone. You know, because that's when everyone will know I'm not just bragging about myself. I'm bragging about the technical analysis. But right now, no one can really differentiate whether I love myself or I love the system. And I get it. I could see it if I was like at work right now watching this guy in a suit talk about how great he is. I'd be like, man, who the heck is, get this guy the hell out of here. You know, I get it. But I just want you to be excited. I took my life from a middle class, low income. You know, my dad didn't give me much. I was low income. I was working a night shift. I was making $175 a day with no health insurance at 26, 27 years old. You know, I didn't know anybody in New York City. I couldn't phone a friend. I got a job on Mandy.com at night for $175 a night. That's how I started my work career. Seriously. After getting laid off, my first job ever, for like $500 a week. And I grinded that job for 7 years till I got into the union after 2.5 years in the union. Then I parlayed that into a union job in Long Island working for Kevin Can Wait. Then I parlayed that into another job. And the next thing you know, I was working for David Letterman by the end of my career. I still was bored, still felt like I never wanted to be there, and knew that trading or something bigger was my calling. Even though I was making 110 grand a year, finally 120 grand a year, working for David Letterman for his show, My Next Guest Needs No Education on Netflix, I decided it was enough was enough. And I went after something bigger with my life. I started my channel. I formed the Crypto Lifer persona, and I became Superman. You know, I'm just saying, but the hero of my life, and I saved my life from despair, pain, and anguish. Became a multimillionaire and changed my life. But it wouldn't have done, none of this would have been real. You know, no Discord, no trading, no YouTube, if I didn't decide to get out of that cubicle and start something. I said, you know what? I'm going to start something with my life. I'm going to do something different today. And look where we are today now. We're all here today. It's so awesome, man. Yes! Yes! So happy, man. Thank you, dear Lord, for freeing me. For my own mind. My mind thought I was stuck. My mind thought I couldn't move. My mind told me I wasn't good enough. So I lived a life that wasn't good enough. Once my mind said you are good enough, you can, you will, you are the best, my life changed, everybody. Once I changed the way I thought about myself and my life, my entire situation changed. You can too, but we got to start with your mindset. That's why this show is every single day. I brainwash myself with Jim Rohn. Every single day I brainwash myself. I keep positive reinforcement against the negative reinforcement. So I keep believing that great things are going to happen to me, because that's how great things happen to people, through believing in yourself. So right now I'm going to watch the 5-minute time frame. I want to see it flag out. The 1 hour looks like there's something moving. We need the 5-minute to flag. It could come back inside, make a right shoulder, and dump. Watch your 5-minute time frame right now. All right. Emphasize inner strength, perseverance in the inner struggle against oneself. We are all fighting ourselves. Someone becomes a multimillionaire, someone becomes poor. I mean, the first person let themselves beat themselves and defeat themselves. The second person was able to maintain. They used discipline. We all live inside of a body. We all have a body. Every one of us will get adrenaline if we go for a run. That's a fact. You know, I know there's a few exceptions to the rule, but 99.9% of people, you'll get adrenaline if you work out. My stream is bubbling right now. I am bugging out. Why? Because I just worked out. I'm coming off of a hardcore workout at 9:10. I went from 9:10 to 9:45. My adrenaline is through the roof right now. You see what I'm saying? I am exhausted. Like I'm dehydrated. You got to keep your energy high. You got to keep your energy high. You got to keep the energy high, baby. You got to keep the energy high. Let's go! Sorry, I just can't hold it back anymore. I don't give a dang. Yes! Freaking love this life. I love doing what I do. I love teaching people how to scalp Bitcoin in the morning. We do it 10 more times. That's $4,000, baby. Let's go! Let's go! Woo! Motivated, man. I'm motivated. This ain't your average YouTube channel. I'm not your average streamer just sitting there looking at... That's not me, man. I'm Jimmy Price's son. I was raised by an iron worker and a bricklayer. 3 generations of Irish. We don't stop. Traps like you read about. Let's go. Let's go. I want it to be hard. Give me the hard way. Throw me the obstacles. Take away my views. Make it hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me subs and I work every single day. Make it so hard that it burns, baby. I'm ready for the algorithm to kick me in the teeth. I'm not afraid. I want it to be hard. Nobody said it was going to be easy. I never wanted it to be easy, baby. So, I prayed to God for strength. He gave me more problems to make me stronger, baby. He didn't make it easy. Stop asking for it to be easy because that's not what you want. The tree with the biggest roots is the tallest tree at the top of the mountain. Why? Because the wind blows it so hard. It has to dig into the ground to be strong. The tree that never hits the wind can get blown over by the wind because it has no strong roots. You want to be a tree that gets blown heavily because your roots will grow strong. To have strong roots, you need to have adversity. It's just like working out. You get your muscles big by pumping them up. So are you ready to pump yourself up today? Are you ready to take the challenge of life, or are you going to sit back and do the same thing you've been doing for the last few years? Or is today going to be the day that you change your situation, which is your mentality? Your mind's about to change. I'm going to take you on a crazy ride. This is a beautiful move here for Bitcoin. Little unsustainable in the smaller time frames. I'm looking for an entry for people so they don't chase green candles. But dang, man, this puppy might just keep ripping. That 1 hour looks pretty dang good to me. I mean, the flag touched the 21. You had a kind of a double bottom there with a higher low. There's a cup and handle in there. And now we're up the most I think we've... No, I think the trade was up at last... No. I think that's the most we've ever been in this trade. $4,300. Shout out to everyone here. We really need to break 94,000. This is a big deal now. 94K has been the age-old resistance now that we must break back above. River just does not care. So this is it here. Just, oh man, this would be great if the daily candle just absolutely erupts. And so what we want, look what we want to do. We want to close a daily candle above 95,650. See that with these two, that's what we want. I'll take this close right now. This is great. Above these two candles right there, that's awesome. But I want this next one. I want to close in here. I want to end the day somewhere in here. Or at least in 2 days. All right. Just close my long, big profits, looking for another entry now. God bless you. Shout out to everyone that made gains. Who made gains with the education they made, their own strategies or my strategy. Put a 333 if you're in the money right now. And put a 333 if you just joined my... Put a 444 if you joined my trading group. And you basically took one of the trades this morning. I want to see if someone never traded much and took the trade this morning, made gains. Just want to see if there's any newcomer that took the trade this morning. So put a 444 if you're a newcomer and you took the morning scout and you got in and out. And put a 333 if you just made gains, because I know my OG lifers are here making money every single day. We don't stop, folks. The consistency is the behavior of success. And I don't wait to get motivated. Like I worked out this morning. I don't know if I was too motivated to work out. I felt good. Most night days I am motivated, but motivation is fleeting, as Jim Rohn tells you. Discipline is the creation. Like last night, I said, I'm going to wake up and do my hard workout tomorrow morning. Like the night when I go to bed, I tell myself about that work. The workout's so hard that I do. And people are like, no, it's not. It's not. Yes, I'm telling you right now, it's a very grueling workout. This one right here, it's called Killer Body Workout. You do this on Monday mornings, and it will get you so straight for the week. Look at how good he looks, and he gets tired throughout the workout. So you know it's not going to be easy. He gets tired towards the end, and he's in great shape. So I do this workout. It takes 27 minutes. Okay? I don't even do the 5-minute break. So, buddy, look at this. No days off, powerful motivational speech. Like, you don't even, I love these people, but like, I am your Tony Robbins, right? I am your, what is this guy, David, whatever his name is. I forget his last name for some reason, but I know everyone knows him. The runner, the yeller. So, yeah, funny. You can see all the things I look at. 10 habits and new to you in 2026. Funny, day trading live. But the point is, workouts help my mind. And when my mind is poised and ready, I can work out. And well, when I work out, my mind is poised and ready. So I'm telling you right now, I put my workouts usually 90% of the time. And I don't want to distract you because we have an awesome Discord. And I'm mainly giving you your altcoin setups and your Bitcoin setups right here. But in this Lifer Ideas, I'm going to be putting out my workout. And then I listen to a Jim Rohn video while I work out. So he brainwashes my mind for success when it's in the most optimal place to take in information. When you're working out, you get into like this beta state and your brain's very open. So if you're working out and listening to positive affirmation, it's going to have a duality effect. That's what I realized. It's going to compound. So if you really want to change the way you feel about yourself and your world, listen to Jim Rohn while you work out. I'm telling you right now, it's literally a mind hack because your mind's going to be open to processing information that'll affect you. Like he talks about every successful person works out and has a daily routine. And I'm working out. It's the morning and I have my daily routine. And I'm like, I'm a successful person then, right? Because I'm doing exactly the formula that successful people took to get ahead. You see what I'm saying? And I showed you my trades. I don't know what else I could do. I'm so transparent. It's like glass. It's like hockey ice. Actually, that's not that transparent. You're such an inspiration, Sam. Thank you. I'm an inspiration to myself. I never thought I'd be here. I never thought I'd make it this far. Right? So, bro, I did 2 hours of cardio at 5 a.m. You're a beast. I mean, you're an amazing person. My wife doesn't like that. My workout is geared towards me, a bit more age-based. However, I still do, and it helps. Hey, yeah, exactly. Wherever you are, you don't want to rip out your artery. I mean, you don't want to rip out your tendons and, go too hard on, hey, agreed. There's a balance when you're like, what are you, 110 now? Right? I'm sorry. I don't know. Why is that funny to make fun of your old friends? I love you, man. I only make fun of people I love. You know that. No, but seriously, blessed person. And you teach me every day. When you write those little messages about your sons, about your family, you make me realize that my family is the number one and I'm on the right path and things are going well. And thank you. I don't like how far the daily is for the 21-day moving average. That's a little sketchy for me right now, to be honest. Makes me want to take some profits on my other trade. So hard for me to make the big gains because I'm always like, I do like where we're sitting now. I'm just always open-minded to believe something might not go my way. What I'd love to see here is just a flag on the 4-hour now. It looks like we're going to short squeeze a little more. Get to that 95, break through 94 today. So I have two scenarios. Either either this is the daily top and we flag out, or they're going to push this thing one more time and then give us our flag. But it looks like, for me personally, whether they do this and go sideways or go sideways now, we're going to get an entry in about, I'd say Tuesday night. You know what I mean? It's going to take time. Let's hold shift and see how long that could take. Yeah, we're talking 2 days. 1 day and 20 hours. A day from now is 11. You know what I mean? And then 20 hours, you know what I mean? It could be 11 at night. Could be Wednesday morning, right? Send in a super chat for a deep dive or TA on any coin or asset that you're looking for, folks. And we'll get you going. All right. I only have time to do push-ups and pull-ups and simple stuff. Hey, you can make more time. Anyone that says I only have time, there's 24 hours. If you sleep a solid 6.5, 8 hours, there's 16 hours in a day. And if you sit down tomorrow night and look at your whole life, I guarantee you could fit some workout in there that but again, if it works for you and that works, like I work out 45 minutes a day. I don't go too hard. I'm not there 2 hours. I might go to the gym later and do some weightlifting. I want to start putting in more weightlifting inside of my gym workouts, So anyway, Lifer coin would be fun. We're not doing that Lifer coin stuff. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Every time I've seen an influential coin, if I ever did a coin like that, I'd have nothing to do with it. I wouldn't even be part of the fee. I would give the fees back to the community. I'd have nothing to do with it. Like I would have the fees be distributed back to the holders, and I'd have to be a holder just like you guys. Like, and even then, I just feel like no one would believe I was doing that right. Everyone would say it was a, you know what I mean? And if it ever dumped, everyone would. I'm not into the creator coin, man. I'm not. I think they're all whack. Yeah. I'd much rather teach you how to trade than make a creator coin. Just not my thing, man. Just not my thing. Yeah. Home gym has been ideal. Pull-up bar, dumbbells, and kettlebells. You sound official. When you have it at home, you'll do it more often. Period. When you don't have to go to the gym, you're going to get it done. So my workout takes place right here in my studio. I created a workout section in my studio. I got weights right here on the ground. You know, it could be better, could be worse. I get an hour in every day with a 2-year-old full-time job and a nightly 8 p.m. commitment. See? Yeah. Let's do a charity coin. All money on the blockchain, no corruption. Even that's weird. I'd rather just tell people I'm doing something for charity and donate my own money to charity. Like, if you want to make a change, just start your own thing, and like, it doesn't have to have a coin, man. Every time there's a coin attached to something, I just feel like it's strange. It's all about community. You know what I mean? That's what I do. And gym. Yeah. I wish I had a home gym. My gym is 15 minutes on a bike. See? And don't wish for things. Make it happen. Create a home gym, bro. You can. You're not a tree. Everyone acts like I wish I could do this. I wish I could. You could do anything you dream of. You could do anything you put your mind to. Okay? So this is what we see right now for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. This is what I was telling you we needed. We needed to get above the 4-hour and take the 21 with us. Look, we have a golden cross right there. Things are starting to look up for BTC if you can't see the overall movement. I still see how there could possibly be some red flags for bearishness. I get it. What are you doing here with these 2 flags, Sam? I'm confused. I don't know what's going to happen, but I love speculating into projection. So I call it quantum projection theory. Quantum means that one of 2 options are happening, right? Like when something's quantum, it takes the quantum, you know, we believe there could be one atom doing everything all at once. That's the idea, right? Well, wouldn't that be insane, right? That's why when you look at a wave, it turns into a particle. When you interact with one particle, it changes it. Could particles be interconnected across the universe by observation? There's so much stuff there. And so my whole point is quantum is which direction will, right? When you look at the double slit, it turns into a particle. Or is price action going to turn into a particle or a wave? Is it going to come down here and make a wave, or is it going to go sideways through the particle? You know what I mean? So I'm watching for observation. Once it picks a path, it'll give me a probability that I can take. But I have both paths waiting and why? Because I know more about price action than most people. I've seen this stuff. So I can understand what's going to happen before it happens with high probability. That's it. I have an edge in the market from being here every single day. I've trained my subconscious brain to see things that I don't even know I'm seeing. I made my trade this morning. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even consciously have any connection to it. I saw the 21 above the 200. I made the trade on the 5-minute. I was down 150 at one point. It looked sketchy. My emotions told me to move my stop and mess the trade up. I told myself to keep working out and stay steady. Trust the bot in my brain and let it go, and that's what happened. Okay? I long dog instead of doge by accident, and it's pumping. Hey, you never know, man. I wanted to join your channel, but didn't have the money till now. I'm so pumped to become a crypto lifer. I used to watch all the channels and lost so much learning to trade. I almost gave it all up. Hey, never give up. Believe me, the people that make it are the people that just never give up. I've lost more than most people ever would have lost. Multimillionaires are people that, the most, billionaires and multimillionaires, the top 1% of the world, have lost more money than the bottom 95%. Yes, they've had more money to lose, but that's, there's many people there was people at my job. There was a guy next to me as an editor. I told him about cryptocurrency. I explained everything to him. Me and him were in the exact same place. We were the same age. We had similar educations. We were from different parts of the country. We were both pretty well educated. We were both in the TV space. We were both making 80 to 96 grand a year, okay? Working for Kevin James. That dude is still, I love him to death, but that dude is still pretty much where he was. I am light years ahead of my tax bracket, okay? So I can't tell you what the difference was, and I know I can tell you. The difference was mentality. I believe that something big was going to happen to me. So something big did happen to me. You gotta believe, baby. You gotta believe. Today, the word of the day today is believe. You gotta stick to your convictions too. Once you have a belief, like I believe in my BTC, I was on with Peter Schiff last week. He started telling me that I should sell all my Bitcoin, trying to get in my head. It's kind of a crazy thought, right? He actually tried to convince me to sell Bitcoin. He tried to take a younger man than him and tell him that my decisions weren't the best and that I should be buying gold. Wow, I was exactly in that zone, down, holding resistance to urge close to trust of my trade, and it paid. Was sketchy price action for a while there. Yes, it was. They print money every day. Abundance, 100%. They're going to continue to print this money, folks. That's what they're going to do. Understand it. Okay? Let's see if there's a trade here just on the live. Trump is this. Guys, if you say that again, I'm Greg Vincent. I'm going to take you out of the stream if you say it again. You're now spamming. We don't want to see you spam ish coins. Thank you. People can find that coin on their own and do their own due diligence. They don't need you shilling on my stream. And you've already been summoned by Lakochi. He got you, so there you go. I like the 1 hour. It touched the 21. It's a decent place away, and it's above resistance at 93,129. 1-2 broke above. That looks like it could continue to 95.8. Please like, share, and subscribe on the channel. Thank you so much. Sam, what do you think about XAG or silverback stable coins? They're cool. I have some. But I mean, they got them on Kinesis too. Yeah. Shilling is not allowed in the chat. Thank you. Now I know why you deserve to be where you are. Samuel Price, the journey of a crypto lifer. Amen. Shevs Mukta. Yeah, good morning. Live first. Thank you, Sam, for showing us the discipline every day. Number one, I almost lost my life twice and I stayed in the game. I almost lost my life when I stayed in the game. Forget money, forget mindset, forget all that. I went through heavy depression for years and I didn't, off myself or do something stupid. Even though there was days where I felt like a nothing burger and I was really depressed. I really was. I started thinking life was just whatevers. I got in a rut for a few years in my mind and I used depressants and alcohol and I stayed inside a rut, man. I couldn't get out. I was stuck. I don't want you to be stuck. I want you to feel free. Remember, I would want, so right now, I think the low risk trade is to wait on that 4-hour time frame. There might be a big pump, but the patient trader will wait for that beautiful entry on that 21 on the 4-hour. You might miss a bit of a move, but you're all right. All right. Let's take a look at the altcoin window here and see what's happening. Someone says XCN is getting a pump. We all have our XCN, holding it forever. Nice little pump, I guess, from 0.4 to 0.68. Remember, it's so low, though. 43% pump from the bottoms. Hey, giant cup and handle. Can it make its way all the way back to that 5-cent region and finally pay the trader? I would love it. My man Kaysen would finally make his $5 million. I hope he didn't sell. He's still in there. He's probably down like $1 million. The guy's out of his mind, but I love it. Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, brother. Shout out to Kaysen if you're out there. I don't know if you're still gardening. I don't know. I forget, but God bless you, Kaysen. I forget about all you beautiful people, man. My life goes so fast, and I meet more and more people, and the life just keeps going. And then I go back to my Rolodex, and I'm like, who did I hang out with? Who did I see? And I had so much fun with you guys, man, in Vegas, bro. Double watching. Should have went to Delmonico's with Crypto Billy, though. That was the steakhouse. Next time, I'll take you to Delmonico's. Forgive me. Can you check Turbo if you get a chance? John Shanks. Shout out to John. Let's take a look at Turbo for my man here. Turbo is an organic coin started by an artist. He liked it. It pumped. And then it got like some organic love. Okay? So Turbo. It's on Mexi. I like to look at things on Mexi just because that's where we've been for so long. I like to honestly, last thing we looked at Turbo was see if it could maintain that move back up. Look, all these coins are back to where they started. Dang. I don't know if you guys round trip these things, but dang, I mean, selling a weekly top away from the 21-day moving average when you have bearish divergence on the RSI, there's no lack of opportunity. Our job is to watch and wait until it matches our analysis. I love what you just said. You're spot on, dude. I'm ready for the next meetup for sure. I got to hit up Crypto Bitcoin Ben. We're going to get it done soon. The skills that I have acquired since 13 working, the skills you have taught me by far are the best. Thank you for your knowledge. God bless you, Alex. Thank you for being here. I'm here to help as many young men and women as I can and older people that want to utilize this time to create a better life for themselves, get educated, So Turbo looks interesting. Like, if all memes come back, it will come back. It seems like it's fighting a giant Adam and Eve. You see it? That would be your bottom buy. You'd got to believe in the coin and be kind of like a little into the community, which when I hear the word community in crypto, I shudder, because it's usually someone taking advantage of your good intentions, your goodwill, your genuine good spirits as a person. We all want to be part of something and part of a community. So they use that to drain you of liquidity, to make you believe in something that they can then flush everyone else with. I don't like it. I'm not into it. It's not my thing. That whole let's go community. No. If you didn't give something away for free, you don't give a dang about your community. I give my stuff away every single day for free. I care about other people. Through my actions and behavior, I show you I am not money hungry. God will provide money for me no matter what, because I believe in God, and every single night I say thank you. I might forget like 1% of the time, but like 99% of the nights I go to sleep and say, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. When I wake up in the morning, I say, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. My kids, my wife, my subscribers, my life, the ability to get out of that cubicle, the ability to believe in my mind, the ability to change my thought process, the ability to change the way I thought about myself. Thank you, dear Lord, for freeing me and getting me out. This was the answer. These are the times to be alive right now. When everyone else is down and out and believes there's no opportunity, there always is. Let's take a look at these super chats. We got Pepe, Sui, and Light. Let's take a look at Pepe. That is your bottom, likely for Turbo, but it's very high risk. For me, I'd rather to wait Turbo get back above like a 4-hour or an 8-hour 200 moving average, which actually it looks like it is. It's above the 8-hour 200. Look for it to flag out. That could be your entry right there. When the 21 touches and you have a flag, so you don't got to chase, but the 8-hour could give you a beautiful entry. I love the 8-hour when there's big momentum. That could be the last chance to buy Turbo. 1, 2, 3 higher lows, How would you look at XPL and virtuals? I'll have to look at them. Can you look at Solana? Iris saying, wow, we got so many super chats coming in. People really participating. We love y'all. This is amazing. Let's take a look at the fan funding. Wow, it's piling in. We have Shez Mupta for $50. He says, in the name of love, don't stop believing. Thank you. I seen you post a song. Someone was like, stop posting song. I felt bad because I felt you were just trying to be positive, but I get it. It's like, happy 2026, brother. I'm loving this recent Bitcoin pump, but how concerned are you about the CME gap form this weekend at 90K? I don't get too concerned at CME gaps. Yeah, they don't all have to close, but it's definitely something to pay attention to. Captain, my captain, can you check Pepe? We're going to take a look at Pepe and Sui. And alts have 1-hour tweezer bottoms with low Stokes. All alts, yeah, a lot of them do. TA on Light, USDT, please. Can you check Turbo? Can you check Solana and XPL and Virtual? Shout out to Mr. Koshi. Shout out to Iris. Iris and Sing. Yeah. You've been here for a while, Iris. God bless you. Shout out to Alex Me, John Shanks, Crypto for Gains, Taylor Murphy Lifts, Vetty Goat, Alex Me, Mr. Blockton, That Blues Guy, and Shez Mupta. You people are absolutely amazing. So the first thing we're going to look at here now is Sui, right? Sui, Light. No, Pepe, Sui, and this. Pepe and Sui. Let's start with Pepe, and then we'll go from there. Remember, I always have a Bitcoin Bitcoin chart open. Looks like we're going to monster our way up to 95.8 and then find our way. We have big liquidity up there at 95,000. We got to just break through 94K and hold it for a couple days. If we can do that, we have our chance here to actually make a bigger move to the upside for BTC. This could be the life-changing gains that we were looking for. All right. And we had to fight so hard. Look, about to hit 94,000. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Problem is the small time frames are showing, it's a little hard to get in on them. Like, look, they're showing signs of a rising wedge. So like they're going to break out parabolically now. That's a rising wedge that breaks out. I mean, that actually might start to shoot out like a shooting star, baby. Let's go, man. Let's break. If we get through this night, this is it here, everyone. Remember, we got rejected by 94 so many times. 94,000 showing on Bookmap. These are the days I feel like Mike Tirico, like last night, before the amazing win for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Unbelievable. I am Mike Tirico. Thank you so much for being here. Man, we got rejected again by 94,000. Just, it is a thorn on our side. It could be a fake rally if we can't get back above it. I tell you right now, that's why I'm watching that 4 hour and hanging out. Let's take a look at Pepe. Last I saw it, it went all the way up to 72. Is it still holding the 76.8? Huge move for Pepe. The long right there at the bottom, it basically went from 4 to 6.8. That's 28 points on 40 points. Dang, right? But now what? Let's take a look at its weekly. It's weekly just getting started, saying it could possibly break out of this long-term trend line. I feel like it did. So you up the ante here. We'll zoom into this so you can see it for what it is. But, you know, we did just breach this trend line, just barely. We just got to stay out. We got to stay here. This kind of right there. See that bout? You got to just, you know, you got to stay above the trend line and stay away. Rejection by the 21. That's okay. 3-day a little far from the 21. The daily a little far from the 21. If this closes, I'd be looking for consolidation on the daily now. This would be beautiful. So I want to see the daily consolidate on Pepe. Above this resistance, a hold support at 58.24. Make a flag. Give it 4 days of consolidation. Oh my God, that thing could rip. And if it could do it on the 8 hour above the 200 moving average, yes. So this is a signal for me. Wait for that 21 to come back into price. Wait for a flag, and Pepe's going to be moving. I'm long Pepe right now on spot. I added a bag before it started to rip. On Pionex, it's not a huge bag, but it is up. If I go to my spot here on Pionex and show you kind of what I got cooking. And I got trades everywhere. Like I got 58 here. Oh yeah, let me just show you. Yeah, I have to go to assets, right? Should show my assets, right? There's some Pepe. I'll put $5,000. It's 58. And there's the Bitcoin I keep buying. About $24,000 of Bitcoin in the last, just, you know, ever since we were at that 10 and 11 low area. And I bought more other places too. And then I still got more Tether on the sidelines. So I'm always kind of keeping some dry powder. And this is just one of many accounts. Not trying to be rude, but like, you know what I mean? If you want me to like this one's got 184. This one's got 590. Like it just, you know what I mean? You almost damn near $1 million in all coins and you know, whatever. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just, hey, I am that transparent. I'm not trying to be, you know. Took me a long time to get here, folks. I've been trading since I was 22. Made my first mill at 37. Took me a long time. Okay? I don't like to brag because it was a lot. It was just, I fought so hard for every single thing I got. Let's take a look at SWE and see what's happening to SWE here on price action. Remember, I walked the walk, I talked the talk. I did it. I didn't get any dad's money. Nobody traded for me. I didn't even use a prop firm to make my first mill. You know what I mean? It was hardcore DCAing in pain. It was swing trading. It was believing in myself. Even my first trades before my DCAs into Bitcoin that made me the biggest wins of my life, I had to believe the trading was going to work. Otherwise, I never would have bought Bitcoin in the first place. So like I started believing in trading. You see what I mean? And that belief turned into something bigger. Again, mentality. My mentality led me to the promised land. I asked myself, why? Why did I make it where I'm at today? How did it all happen for me? And still happens. How did I maintain 2025? Because I love God. I keep my wife close. I keep those, you know, I keep the succubuses away from me. I don't fall, you know, I don't fall into that. You know, a good example of my life is when I went to Vegas. Okay? I went to Vegas for 4 days, you know, for 3 or 4 days away from my family, all by myself. Brought my sister because I love bringing my sister to Vegas because it's just something about that, my older sister. And we have a blast together. But the thing was this, I went there and my show's at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And Sin City Crypto has a beautiful studio. That's 7 a.m. Pacific time, right? So I fly in, I get there, I blah, 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 right? And then the next morning, I got to be at their office at 6:45. I got to connect all my wires. I got to do a test stream. I got to make sure everything's working right. I got basically 15 minutes to connect a bunch of stuff, you know, and they were nice enough to meet me at like 6:30. And they were there early, man. for me, like they didn't have to get there that early, but they showed up early for me because they knew how important my streak was and they cared about me. So Sin City Crypto, man, God bless you guys. You helped the streak stay alive those couple days. It does, everyone contributes to my streak all throughout the year. My whole point was I couldn't, it was 11:30 and everyone was like, oh, we're going to go play more craps. We're going to go do all this. We're going to go to this, we're going to the next after party. And I said, everyone, I love you guys, but I got to go to my hotel room so I can get 6 hours of sleep and I can be at my stream at 7 a.m. So like my stream kept me from going out. I don't drink anyway, but if there was any temptation, I didn't do it. So I want to say thank you to everybody here because you show up every day. I have someplace to be that's so important that it keeps me away from all the negative stuff in life. I went to Vegas and had to wake up at 7 in the morning. And that kept me so responsible. And I didn't fall short. I didn't fall into the temptations that Vegas might bring to most men. That most men fall short of. I didn't do that. So I just want to let you know, guys, once you plan your life with your family and your business and you put it first and you don't let anything in, it's going to be a lot harder for people to corrupt you and to bring you down. Just remember that. Wow, Sui had a huge spike to 178. Kind of crazy. I do like it above the 21. I do like it touching the 200, but that spike was a bit weird. I don't know what that's all about. 93,850 for Bitcoin. Struggled to get that bigger move past 94K. I'd like to see the 4-hour just consolidate, and then the move past 94K will just be so strong. We'll rip like to 96, 90, 97, and it'll be a wrap. Oversold in the stochastic said, thank you so much. I think someone just gave memberships again because I hear the button flying, and that means there's memberships just coming in. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Come back to you tenfold. So I'm looking at SWI. Let's do our top debt analysis for SWI. I haven't looked at SWI like from the beginning stages here. Okay, so there was a monthly resistance that we lost. Really wanted to see the monthly hold above 187. The fact that you lost, that's a bit odd. I mean, even stronger, like 190. Okay. Remember, so I was all about SWI. It was my thing. I'm just like, monthly's got to break out. Two-week chart's oversold, attempting to kind of push out of this flag. Doesn't really have hidden bullish though, even like Bitcoin does. It's attempting to break out. You can see there's a resistance there on the weekly at 222. Looks like it bottomed with BTC. Now, if Bitcoin creates a bottom, I think every coin's going to bottom. So there's a good chance you could buy here. You get your stop loss right there, and you just kind of, you may end up catching the bottom for SWI. The only thing I see for SWI, a lot of altcoins too, is just like this is a shoulder. Is that we come up, we shoulder again. I see the bigger breakout happening in June. Like it just, like I could wait this whole time and fine. Yes, I'll get 350 instead of, but then do I have to get in at 170 now and wait 6 months to 100%? I could be trading Bitcoin and probably make more money during this time. I don't know. So you're telling me altcoins are just going to go straight up to new all-time highs, and by February 15th, we're going to be at like $7-8, and I'm going to miss out on a 2-3x? If that happens, we're going to get above a big, substantial 200 moving average on the daily. We're going to make a flag, and I'm going to be able to swing trade it for $100,000. And if it goes up 60%, I'll make $60,000. Instead of having to put $5,000 here and waiting for a 6x or a 10x, I'm just so done with it, man. So I swing trade altcoins now more than I accumulate them. It's changed. I've changed. I'm not the same dude I used to be. I still will find gems for you guys. I still give you what I used to do, even though I changed a bit of my risk. If I had less income and I was struggling to make it, I would be very, very risky. Because when you have less to lose, I'm more risky. Again, that's me. You do what makes you happy. Now I have more to lose. I don't need to be that risky anymore. A guy has $100,000. He wants to become a multimillionaire. He does a 10-to-1. And he puts $100,000 in and he loses it. He does it 3 times. And finally he hits. He makes $1 million. He lost $300,000, but he makes $1 million. You see what I mean? So you take your shots and you keep moving. The point is when, again, then that guy, now he hits 10 mil. Does he go and put 10 million for 100 mil? If he's really greedy and he's comparing himself to people worth 100 mil and he wants to make it. But if he loses that 10 mil, he'll be back to zero again. Not a good idea. So is he going to take his whole net worth and try to 10x it again like he did when he had 100K? No. It's a lot harder to make that back. It's a lot harder. So he should be only using maybe 10,000, 50,000, 100K. You know, now if he loses 100K and he has 2 mil, it's only one of 20 of his shots. He still has 19 shots left. The point is, the richer you get, the less risky you will become. It's part of life. Unless you, I mean, some people get real risky. But I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to become Jesse Livermore. I don't want to make 100 mil and lose it all and, you know, eventually off myself off in a hotel closet. You know, God bless him, right? But dang, that's what happened after he was the biggest trader in the world, made some of the biggest trades ever, ended up in a hotel closet. You see what I'm saying? So I thought about myself even this morning, and I'm like, man, I'm happy where I'm at. I'll compare myself. Sometimes James Wynn made that $10,000 trade, made 250 grand. I'm like, how come I couldn't make 250 grand? I have the money. I should have taken the shot. And then I say, well, you're not that risky, man. You're not a gambler. Like, had he lost that, he would have lost 10 grand. Maybe he did it 3 times before he hit. You know, maybe he chucked 10 grand at it 4 times, and the 4th one hit. You know, even so, he still made his money. I'm not trying. It's still an awesome trade. But once we compare ourselves to others, we might do things that aren't of our character. And then we might jeopardize what we got rolling. So I'm not saying I don't take risks, but I take calculated risks at the right time. Very important. Okay? You're not going to hear this from a lot of YouTubers. They're not going to share their life with you. I love to share because I'm just an open-minded, I'm open book, man. Because I want to know more about you. And when I share who I am, people share who they are. And I learn more about the world. And when I learn more about the world, I get more feedback. When I get more feedback, I have an edge as a salesman, as a business owner, as someone who watches Populous and understands the frequency of business and the mindset. So the more I open up, the more people open up to me, and the more I understand psychology and humans, the better off I am, the more of a people person I am, the more I can understand situations, people, and places. So open up. Give yourself to the world. The world will give yourself to you, and you're going to gain so much knowledge from that behavior. I tell you, I saw so many people that didn't open up, then I would open up, and I'd get so much knowledge from the same situation. I see the other quiet guy sitting there. I'd gain connections, phone numbers. People would invite me to the next spot because I was networking. I networked in Dubai. They said, hey, why don't you come to Singapore? I networked in Singapore. They said, hey, why don't you come to Lisbon? You see what I mean? Each place I went to networked me to the next place. If I didn't go to Dubai, I probably wouldn't go to Singapore. If I didn't go to Singapore, I might not have gone to Lisbon. You see, each time I ventured out, it created a reward for the next venture. I like Swee Hero the daily. I like to see the 21 catch. I like to see Swee kind of start to make a nice flag on the daily. I think that's going to be your ticket for a move to the upside. It's going to take some time. All right. So Swee and Pepe. TA on light, BTC. Let's take a look at light. And we all know that's BitLight, which actually, I don't know if we should even look at this thing. It's such a manipulative coin, man. I don't know. I gave that trade there. It ripped huge. It was one of our bigger gainers. Then my team forgot to post, but it's okay. Now, maybe they did. I shouldn't say that. Maybe they did post. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know. Maybe they did or didn't. Yeah, we hit light like, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. Like right here, we called this pump there December 18th into the 21st. I gave the trade somewhere here, and it absolutely went parabolic. I don't know, man. I don't like this price action. To me, it's so trash. I don't want to trade it. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm all set. It just shows manipulation, lack of volume, low order book. Like, look at that straight shot down and then, like, side. I don't know. I'm all set. Yeah, maybe it skyrockets back to the upside and I miss out on one of the biggest pumps ever. I'm okay with that. I like to trade proper structure. Like, I can't teach someone. Like, I wouldn't bring this up on a class and say this is how we trade. I would say we're away from the 21 and there's bearish div. You can say that. A drop was likely coming. You can see how overheated we were. When the shaded region of the RSI gets like that, you have to start thinking your lack of opportunity. You're getting a little on the high side. Remember that. All right. Let's get back into the chat and see how the live chat is doing. Thank you so much for everyone here. We have Light, we have Sol, XPL, and Virtuals. Let's take a look at Solana. And you guys know I'm heavy on Solana. Heavy. Let's take a look at Maxi here, Solana. Nice pump for Sol. Why do I have Sol circled here? Well, let's take a look at the 3-day. Okay. I circled the 3-day chart, and I circled whenever price action, or maybe it was the weekly. Let's see. No. 5-day. No, it's probably the daily. Yeah, the daily. So you can see what I did here. We have a nasty dump followed by some bullish divvy. What is bullish divergence? And I'm just going to teach you a lesson right now on Solana. I don't need this. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so check it out. So we had bullish divergence here on Solana. It's swing down to swing down on a big time frame. We're on the daily. Okay, when you have bullish div on the daily, it tells you there's like, it's basically telling you bottomed. You can listen, and you have low stochastics. That's a beautiful entry right there. Okay. And look what happens. And you could wait to cross the 21 and start to accumulate. And you would have gone in at 128 and rode this puppy to 181. Then it had another dump, but it had bull div again. This was swinging sharply down. This was sideways or down, but not as hard down. That's definitely a divergence. And you got above the 21. When you got above the 21, you had a massive pump. You started 148 all the way to 254. Now here we are. Very similar scenario. We have bullish div. We had the oversold stochastics on the bottoming at 118. And we're back above the 21-day moving average on the daily time frame. The last 2 times this happened. 3 times, heck. Right there, 1, 2, 3. And here's your 4th time. It's happened 1, 2, 3, 4 times since September of 2024. So this signal has happened 4 times in the last year and 5 months. Year and 4 months. So it's a there it is again. There it is again, getting above the 21-day moving average. Uncanny. Probably the second time. So it gets up the first time, lowers, then it gets above the second time, gone. Gets above the first time, lowers, gets above the second time, it's gone. Gets above the first time, lowers, gets above the second time, it's gone. Gets above the first time, lowers, gets above the second time, it's gone. Or even you could say this was it right there. Gets above it, gets below it, gone. It's a very strong signal. Okay, it should be heated. Right there, you got above the 21-day moving average. Gone. Right there, you got above the 21-day moving average. So I'm seeing something that I've seen many times before, and I'm pointing it out to you. I do see how this could be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, but I already feel like this was the shoulder, head, and shoulder. Like right here. We kind of already defied it, like we would have dumped by now, but something changed. So I'm seeing a big signal on the bigger time frames that suggest that Solana is going to recoup and come back pretty strong. I hold a huge bag of it. Over 140 grand, 135,000 of it right now. So I'm not shy about my Solana bag. So that's interesting to me. And when I see stuff like that, I feel really more confident in holding a long-term bag. I like to put big money in spot. Other people like to trade big money in leverage, but when they do those crazy liquidations on October 10th, guess what? I still had all my spot. I didn't get liquidated like 2 months later when everything came back and we're back at 135. Look, there's October 10th right there. Where was it? So hold up one second here. Yeah, October 10th, it's crazy. We dropped to 170. We were doing so well before that day. We were at 228 like 2 days before that. I was up huge in Solana. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so crazy. I was up 120 grand. Like, things were going great. So, my Bitcoin short position is my long-term losses. You're welcome. Hey. Facts. Love having the spot bags. Also, nice hedge. Yeah, I'm heavy spot. And I've been heavy spot for a long time. It's not sexy because the average person can't make money fast. You have to understand, the average person comes into crypto, says, in a year, I want to be a millionaire. No one wants to wait 7 years to make their first million. Nobody. But I tell you, if it takes you longer to make your first million, the odds of you becoming a very rich man or woman over time are very high. If you make the money very fast, then you don't really understand how you made it. There's no consistent discipline to the money making. It's a flash in the pan. Really hard to recreate flash in the pans. A lot easier to recreate systems that play out over time. Okay? Remember that. Or not, less difficult. I don't like using the word easy, but way less difficult. I put a quote out to the group yesterday. 90% of, and this is 100% true, but 90% of success can be boiled down to consistently doing the obvious thing for an uncommonly long period of time without convincing yourself that you're smarter than you are. Like some days I'm like, Dan, I made millions of dollars. I changed my life. And I'm like, you're not that smart, Sam. You just showed up every day. That's all. You just had the guts to show up every day, and you had the discipline to push yourself even when you didn't feel good. I said, that's why you're successful, Sam. You're not the smartest dude in the world. You're not a pomp. Don't be pompous. Don't think you're better than everybody else. God got you in a good position and things are going your way. Use that for gratitude. Let God know you were so grateful for it so you don't lose it. Look at Solana. It's at a giant double bottom, is it not? On the weekly 200 moving average. Showing that it wants, that's beautiful. It's got a measured move once it breaks out to $388. And it's basically solidified a nice bottom here, and it's breaking out of the week. I believe an entry here with a stop below this 200 moving average on the weekly would prevail to be a beautiful trade. But you do whatever makes you happy, but I like this right here on the weekly. Again, you hold this for 20 weeks. Right? You hold shift, you go over, 189 days. 6 months. 6 times 4, 24 weeks. It could take to play out. All right? But you'll almost 4x, you'll little under 3x your money. No, you will, you'll little under 3x your money. Right? I see your model by Tal, the 4 hour, looking good to me. Waiting for the 21, I like it. Pretty cool platform on Solana called Hilo. 2x leverage sold position, no risk of liquidation. Coin just moved 2x. The moves of Sol. Interesting. DJ for Sol, trade futures on Bitcoin. Amen. Sam, God bless you and your children. Happy New Year. Can you go over Zcash, please? Send in a super chat for TAs and deep dives. You should start a Lifer Academy preschool for mindset development before starting trading. Patience is key. We must give time. I turned 300 into 1K in 3 days in Solana. Then I changed to Bitcoin and took a huge L down where I began. Hey, be careful, man. Maybe you should just trade Sol. Trade what you know. All right. So this looks nice to me. I like Sol. It's honestly like a giant cup and handle here. I haven't even, look at this. There's the cup. You could kind of say this is the handle, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Issues at home, had to handle. Had to be a dad real quick. Had to be a CEO. I got Sol on macro golden pocket at 118. Tapped it beautifully on a low sweep. Zcash was a calling bit to flip Monero from last year, in my opinion. How's Caspa been doing? Caspa's okay, but man. All right. So I'm interested in Sol. And I like the weekly chart here because it's hanging above the 200 moving average. And it's very oversold in stochastics. So MACD turning. Yeah. So this is a good sign. Yeah. So people said SHIB was ripping out of control. Let's take a look at SHIB. They were like, big pump for SHIB. See, last time we looked at SHIB, it said, okay, it can either move down or it's going to make a move. It's like the actual bottom. You could say that was the last time it bottomed right there. There was strong support there for SHIB. Nice big boom in the last 2 weeks. And again, it follows PEPE. It follows Bonk, right? SHIB, Bonk, PEPE. They all going to move together. Nice 45% gains. And, it just, are all memes going to come back? I wouldn't be surprised if they made a move. All-time highs, I don't know. But at least a run on liquidity. Like back up to these levels here. Whether they hit an all-time high, I'm not sure. Because they need so much juice and there's way more coins. Like SHIB may not, but you're looking for that right shoulder in the move up. But again, what I'm trying to show you is like the entry is somewhere in May here. Like we pump, then we're going to go sideways, April, May, and then boom. So you can get in here, or you can put a larger amount in here and not have to sit in SHIB for months. It's up to you. Like either you're willing to hold a smaller long or you want to swing. But it definitely looks good. And it looks like there's some move coming here. Just even look at the 4 hour, how it just broke off. And again, my strategies play out tried and true. You broke above the 200. The 21 got pretty close. You pumped pretty nicely. If you're willing to get in now, you got to flag out the 4-hour time frame. Very similar to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's struggling right now, 93.8. That's why I'm not in a scalp trade right now. You know, I'm not live scalping because I know that the probability, my subconscious mind knows the probabilities aren't as good as they were this morning. And as I showed you, like, it's likely that the 4-hour needs to calm down. See? If this 4-hour closes the tweezer top, then here we go. And it says 16 hours from now, we'll have a beautiful flag. And I was waiting for this. You have to understand, when you know signals and you're waiting for them, it's awesome. I'll wait 6 months for this signal. I really will. The last time we saw it clean was right there in April, right? So it's been a long time. And again, there was another one right there above the 200 on the 21 in a flag. That's a clean signal too there in July. Okay. This one they fake. Where was my fake out? Where did they fake me out hard? Right here was crazy because they made it look like we were going to break out. They made a bearish div. There was a shoulder head on right shoulder. Oh, I actually remember calling this dump. Yeah, remember? I'll never forget this pattern. Remember, I saw it as a descending triangle. You see that? Because we go day to day, and then my mind saw it. I was like, hey, I'm about to go to sleep, and I can't tell my students, it looks like we're going to dump down the descender. This is the one, I was about to say, this is the one they played me so bad. I had to take it, and I had to take a L because such a good signal, and they went and got me. But then I went and got this one, and it paid for the loss and more. Because I got the 21 there with the stop loss. So, like, I'm so consistent. I keep coming back. I keep showing up, and I have a back-tested strategy, and I'm not over crazy with my money. So I'm able to stay here for a long period of time. You see? It's not about winning big gains. All, you know what I mean? Some people want the fast money. They're going for the biggest millions, and they want to make it. I'll be honest, man. It may seem to some people that I'm money hungry, but I'm not. I was just freedom hungry. I didn't want to work for someone ever again, so I started my channel. It brought me millions to change my life, but I didn't know that was going to happen. I did not know that was going to happen. All I knew was I was going to be free, at least, from working for somebody else. So I've never been money hungry. I've always been freedom hungry. The money followed my desire to be free. I just didn't want to work for someone else. I didn't want to go to someone else's job and build their business for them. I wanted to build a business that I believed in. I wanted to bring in people that I believed in to work with me. I knew I could find the best quality people in the game because my mom was high quality and she preached quality and she was a great person. And so I know I'm going to find great people in my life because my mom showed me the way because she had such high frequency. My mom had such high frequency, man. She had so much class. She never talked about money. There's things I do. She'd probably like, she'd look down on me. Like she never talked about money, my mom. Never. I don't even know, she liked nice things. She liked going out to dinner. She liked enjoying, but she liked people. She liked music. She liked outside. She liked nature. She reiterated to me so much how important those things were. I don't know what's going to happen here. There could be a nice scalp. My system tells me to miss out on that scalp and wait for the 4-hour payday. And I still got a long open, so I'm not freaking out, right? I'm still in position right now at 4,000. So like, I am not out of the game right now. That is kind of a bear div on the 4-hour, on the 15-minute. I mean, and the 1 hour, right? I mean, there's bear div there. You kind of skyrocketed up pretty high. I mean, that's almost a straight line there from 87. Looks like we're pulling back a little bit now. 4 hours going to close that tweezer top. We can finally begin to make that flag. And again, the rejection by where? It's not good, but 94,000. So yet again, a fake rally to 94K. The bulls have to show us a flag here. We cannot. All the other times, both of these are cool, but don't make this a head and shoulder and give it back. This comes a head and shoulder and gives it right back. It breaks the 200. We're just the 5 days in that bear flag, and we still got to believe that's happening. Sir, how to get stochastics on the charts? Very simple. Go to your settings here. Indicators, type in RSI, and type in stochastics RSI. I don't use stochastics. I use stochastics RSI. They're two different things. There's Stokes and there's stochastics RSI. Stochastics RSI is a stochastics based on the RSI. It's a faster version. The equation takes more information out. There is the Stokes too. Just the stochastic. I don't use the stochastic. I use the stochastics RSI. There's a difference. This is derived from the RSI. This is derived from price action. And then I like this one, stochastics RSI with divergences. It shows you the divergences by neobutane. Okay? You just click on one of these. Make it your favorite. By starring this, it becomes a favorite. Once it's a favorite, you have it. It's one of my favorites there because I use it. Right? So there you go. That's how you add the stochastics of the chart. Shout out to Sumit Hardwani. How do you know when to enter? I use the 21-day moving average and the 200. When we get above the 200 and the 21 comes into play, it tells me an entry is possible. So like right now, there's two scenarios. The 4-hour keeps pumping and the small time frames make a move. If the small time frames make a move, they're going to move off the 21 when the stochastics are low, like here. So that might be a little flag here. That flag could break out. See? There could be a scalp right there. That's an entry right there for me with stops below these wicks. Again, because it's small time frames and it's Monday morning. Yeah, remember, we're still on a Monday. We didn't get a false move Monday, though. We got a real move. That's just solidifying today. So we got a big move last night and we didn't give it back on Monday, which is a good sign. I think it's smarter to zoom out and miss the mini pumps and just make sure we get the bigger move on the 4-hour time frame. And so it looks to me like I showed you that we're going to take our time. We may continue to pump. I don't know what's going to happen. Remember, I'm not 100%. My trades aren't, I don't win every trade I open. If I did, I'd be a liar. Right? So I win a lot more than I lose, I'll tell you that. And I can teach you how to do the same. Brother, if hidden bullish divergence appears on the weekly chart, how should I enter a low time frames like the 1 hour, 4 hour, or the daily? Which pattern should I focus on? When I see, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what I do, and you can take this for what you want. When I see hidden bullish on the weekly, like let's go to I'm going to duplicate and make SHIB's there. BTC USD. When I see hidden bullish on the weekly, I don't use the smaller time frames. I just get in with a stop loss below these wicks, and I'm ready for massive drawdown. Like I know I might be down $3,000, but I'm trying to make 20 grand here, like 10 to 20 grand. It's a big boy trade. Like this is going to take maybe 7 weeks, right? So I just get in and I put my stop there and I don't stress the small. And I know that I might be down $2-3,000 because I'm putting big money in. I've been in this trade that I'm up $4,000 now since around here. A couple times it was down $2 to $3,000. I listened to Tom Lee. He said his biggest trades were down 70%. The most money he ever made, most of his trades were down 70%. He's talking billions. He's talking billions. He's draw down 70%. He's down 100 mil, 300 mil. He ends up taking out 10 mil and 5 bill off the trade. Everyone thinks us traders are always right. We just got more guts than most people to hold losing positions. We just don't have emotions. We don't let our emotions close trades just because they're not going our way. We look at the bigger picture. We know that we're in here for the long game, not the short game. So, in answer to your question, if hidden bullish divergence appears on the weekly, how should I enter the lower time frames? Yeah. So that's when you use the weekly to enter. All right. If you want to use the smaller time frames, like you say, you wait for this 4-hour flag. I'm teaching you. I'm actually explaining it right now. But you look for the 4-hour flag. Again, there may be more. The 1 hour's in a nice flag. I'm looking for like that 95.8, 96,000, 95.5, and then we can get the pullback and then make the flag on the 4-hour. That would be so beautiful. Thanks a lot, my big brother. Anytime, man, and keep the questions coming. I want to help you guys. Keep the questions coming. This is your free tutoring session every single day for 2 hours. Too many people respect me too much and they don't drain my brain. Get that information. Ask me questions. Okay? Super chats, XPL and Virtuals and Chevron Corporation. Let's take a look at XPL. XPL Plasma on Binance. Remember, we were trading that like 2 months ago when it was up with MyX and all that. Then had that nasty crash and I stayed away. Smart move for me. Looks like a rug, bro. That looks like a rugger to me. I'd be all set. Yeah. Happy I don't own that trash. It is above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour. It is making a flag. Does that mean all coins are going to move? Give it its 16 hours. See that it can consolidate. Let the trades prove to you that they're going to do the move before you prove to it you're going to enter it. Let the trades come to you, please. I believe that if the weekly goes above the last 4 week wicks and bodies, then we bullish on the weekly time frame. Otherwise, can just be doing the bear flag. You use the word I believe. It's the worst word to use in trading. What do the charts convey? The chart, you're just misspeaking, but you're saying the charts convey to you. So you're saying the charts convey to you if the weekly closes above. You're not saying you believe. You don't believe. You're looking at the charts. I believe Bitcoin's going to $1 million. So what? That means nothing. Show me the charts. You know what I mean? When I say I believe out loud, it doesn't do much for me. I believe this, I believe that. Okay, that's great. You know what I mean? What we believe, think, and feel has nothing to do with trading. I want to make that very, a big point. What we believe, think, and feel has nothing to do with trading. Amen? Sir, how to get the stochastics of the charts? $93,800 for Bitcoin. All right. Super chats, virtuals, and Chevron. Let's take a look at virtuals and see what's happening to virtuals here. Wow, virtuals skyrocketed. I knew never to sell my virtual. I mean, I love virtuals. It just makes sense. It's got a real use case. You know what I mean? Like, it's got a real use case. It's on the board. I just feel like it's worth having a piece of. Call me crazy. Call me stupidio. But I like some virtual. You know what I mean? It makes sense. If you're going to hold any coin, virtuals make sense. And it was just down there. Look at 50.65. It's up 40%. It's nice to see. Oh, so funny, man. They took these coins to the ground, like. But look, it's very far away from the 4-day. So this thing erupted. A lot of coins are right here right now. See, look, a lot of coins are right here. I'm showing you. I'm like, look, they're above, they're about. You want to see them catch up. You want to see them flag with the 21. This one got pretty close, and then it just erupted out the flag, you see? But it all started when we crossed that 200 moving average of the 4, and actually even before that. This all starts when you cross the 15-minute 200 down here, see? That was the beginning of this move. Then look how you flagged out of the 15-minute. This is why I do flags in the 15 when the 21 touches. And you move to the 1 hour. The 1 hour is above the 200, touching the 21-day moving average. Oh my gosh, it bounces, doesn't it? And it goes where? The measured move. Are you serious? Learn the TA with me. I've got you. Why wouldn't you close your position down, take the 4,000, open up a new one? If your goal is 95, 96,000. Huh. Because what if we just pump out of nowhere? Because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm giving you probabilities. Yeah. And because I'd like that trade to really play out and make me 30 grand. If I close it now, I lose that beautiful entry that I got. You know, right now I'm in position, stop loss to break even. I can't lose the trade. So I'm just happy. I can't lose money now. I'm in a great position where I can't lose money. I don't love the daily, I'll tell you that. If I was going to trade virtuals, I'd watch the daily now. It's just a little too far away for the 21, and it spiked all the way up pretty far. That's a good move, but it's not sustainable right now. And to me, the daily has to come back to the 21-day moving average. So I wouldn't touch it until the 21 interacts with price again. Maybe I'm wrong and the 4 hour goes at a tear and it keeps extending the daily, but it doesn't make sense to me. And then someone asked about Chevron Corporation. Well, you can see it's in a cup and inverted head and shoulder there, see? You can see it's in a cup and handle, and it broke out the cup and handle. You could see it was tight moving averages with the 21 touching, and price bumped. All right? Last time I gave you Chevron was down here. So you guys asked me about Chevron on the daily somewhere in October. And I told you Chevron was likely moving to the, look at my analysis. You can see it. I gave you this inverted head and shoulder, said it was going to pump here. Then we drew this flag, said this flag was taking us to 143. So spot on. Now let's take a look at Chevron on the bigger picture. And think about oil going up. We just got a bunch of oil. The only thing that's going to help U.S. companies with U.S. oil companies, we just got a bunch of, that might pump this thing to the upside, right? Their profit margins might go through the roof a bit here. They might be able to get their hands on some of that oil. Maybe through incentives, maybe through a connection there. That looks like it's going to boom. Looks like Chevron's on the way to 280. And then the dollar's going to continue to drop. Isn't that going to push Chevron up? So I'm making a call. Chevron up to 288 somewhere by July. It's going to take some time, though. Yeah. You, man, your thoughts on BMNR? BMNR. Let's take a look at Bitmine. And the thing's in the ground, bro. Is that the right? Was that the right chart? Because it just looks so whack. Yeah. Can you trade Chevron on BTCC? I don't know. I don't think so. What are your thoughts on Zcash? So let's take a look at Zcash. On Webull, though, I got a Webull account. I'll give that to you guys. We could trade stocks there. Wow, so Zcash looked nice. I didn't trade it. I wanted to, but I stick to BTC, man. I'm such an old man. Right now, Zcash is basically testing that 10-hour, 200 moving average, the 8-hour. Yeah, the 8-hour. It does seem like it's rolling over a bit, but it's got a bigger area, so it could come back down to the trend line here, see? Possibly back down to 476. Also, just be careful for Zcash. It is technically a symmetrical, which could go either way. It's 50-50 shot. Trump is the new national bird on Venezuela. You're funny. That's our gold. That's our coal. That's our Venezuelan. Mamacita. Oh, my God. China's already interested in the oil in Venezuela. I doubt they're going to let America take it without a fight. Chevron gets to go back to Venezuela to start pumping there again and build infrastructure along with Halliburton. Exactly. I think Chevron's going to rip. I think you're onto something there with CVX. Yeah. You could trade stocks and with a little leverage directly in the Phantom wallet now. That's crazy. What could be the scenario if Bitcoin gets rejected at 94,000? Let's take a look at the most bearish scenario for BTC. All right. Let's take a look at the bearish scenario. I expected this now on the 4-hour to start to consolidate. I wanted to consolidate here, but now everything's kind of going our way. I didn't want to see us continue to pump. That would have been an unsustainable move. I see what you're saying. I could take profits now, get back in here, but then I could get stopped out. I'm in such a good place position-wise in the trade that I'm in. I'm going to stick in it. Yeah. Does Bookmap look like it has liquidation at 82,000? The biggest is at 95, but it does have some liquidations lower. Some days I hear Jim Nance in my voice. Like I listen to so much football. It's like that football stuck in my mind. Aaron Rodgers back to pass all the way from downtown. You know, I'll tell you what. I beg the NFL or anybody, just give me an announcer a couple days a week, man. Just want to become an announcer. If anyone could help me, it's my true desire, become an announcer. I do baseball, football. I'll analyze at night. I guess they want people that are into it. Heck, I'll do the news. But I would love to have a job as an announcer somewhere at one point in my life. I think it would be awesome just to talk for a living and make gains. Do you see Nicolas Cage is playing John Madden? That's so cool. Ignoring China would be crazy. Does Bookmap still have that liquidation at 82,000? It does. Yeah, right there, 80. Yep, you're right. It's right there. 100% it does. Yep. In stocks, Nike went crazy this morning, up 200% since 8:30. Wow. I day trade BMNR every day. It's like printing money. Really? On what time frame? What charts? Superchat, Aerodrome, somebody asked about. Let's take a look at our baby AERO. Bitcoin finally starting to calm down there after such an awesome pump today. Let's take a look at AERO USD on Coinbase. It was 60 bucks. Came off the bottom. I like the bottom bounce. I still hold a boatload of AERO. We'll see where it goes. I'm looking to get back to 236. Damn, should have taken profits twice already, though. Dang. Hey, man, would you be better than Tom Brady at announcing? Options, put wall at 82K. Sam is the type of guy to wait for an Uber at a bus stop. What does that mean? Do you see Nicolas Cage stocks Nike? Let's take a look at Nike. Actually, I love watching big pumps. Nike on the New York Stock Exchange. You said 200%? No. It went from 57 to 80, man. The heck stock you looking at, bro? You said it's up to, that's not true. Oh, maybe he's right. No, that's not true. Like, what he just said is not true. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me double check. But Nike is not up 200%. Maybe you did some leverage trading on it or something. I mean, there's a cup and handle there. There's a higher low. If the dollar decides to absolutely snipe the bed there, everything worth value is going up. We're talking shoes. We're talking money. And again, you know, something that Andrew Tate said yesterday, which I believe in. He said, you know, he makes some funny, I love Andrew Tate in so many ways. He's misunderstood in so many ways. I don't want to say I love him because people will be like, oh my God, you like, you know, and then they'll attack me. Everyone attacks me when I have like say anything, but certain things he does are interesting. He shows his vulnerability when he talks like finance and he's like, I'm so smart, I'll tell you. And it's like he has no idea, like he doesn't even look at the DXY on a daily basis. I love the guy, you know what I mean? But he's like, I'll tell you, this is what's going to happen. I'm richer than you. I know more than you. You're broke. It's funny. But what he did say is, you know, this may be one of the last few times to get yourself into an automated system to get paid. And you're either going to become the people that get trapped by AI or use AI. And like in the next 2 years, I believe that opportunity will pass. And you either become a worker bee or you become a maker. And it's going to get close, man. And it's going to get close. So, yeah. And honestly, I don't love anybody more than my own philosophies. Like, I could never be a fool. Like, oh, my gosh. Like, you know, I just, like, I don't get behind any true celebrity. Like, oh, my God, I'm my own guy. You know what I mean? I'm the quarterback. I think I'm the best, right? So I just want you to know I'm not, like, diehard Tate. You know what I mean? I like his brother. His brother seems a little more laid back. You know what I mean? Tristan, whatever. But whatever. God bless them all. You know, it seems like everyone out there that tries to fight against the powers that be, man, because we're all in this together against some type of bigger person that's running the world. You know, Nike looks like it could break out on the weekly. I like this higher low. That would be a good entry with a stop below 60. And that could produce some gains up to 90. That's a 50% gain on Nike. All right. Silver, gold, copper, and oil moving up. Doesn't feel bullish somehow. Let's take a look at silver, too, as well. You know, silver, to me, should be 74, 73. Oh, well, 77. It's interesting, coming up strong, but I still see it consolidating the weekly. Wow, a big move on the weekly, though. A big move on that. Wow, the daily. Let's maybe the smaller time frames are going to prevail. Let's take a look here. You know, even if you get a big rip, which it looks like you may here. See this? That's interesting. Looks like you may get a big rip ski to the up ski for this channel, but wow, that's bullish. The thing is, the dollar's struggling heavily right now, and it's obvious, okay? It's obvious. Let's take a look at that CME watch tool, too, as well. I mean, they got to have bent that. It was 86.15. It's got to be 60.40 now. Were they going to really claim they're not going to cut the rate and play this game again? And who's doing this? Who's playing with the price action on this site? I want to know. Look, 83 still 16. They're saying they ain't going to cut the rate. They're going to try to play hardball with us? This doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. All right. Why? All right. Wow, silver looks interesting. Would I jump in right now? I think it might be worth it. There's an Adam and Eve there. You see? It breaks that trend line. It probably could go back to 95 pretty fast. 777's right there, 777. You can trade silver on BTCC with my link. It's very simple. You just go and type in silver. And you can trade silver like you could trade silver and gold, baby, on BTCC. That Tesla call at 409 still in the gains. If you jumped on in today, you're still in the gains on the Tesla call, baby. Unbelievable, right? But yeah, you could just type in on BTCC, you could just type in here silver. Type in silver, right? Like this. And you could trade silver US Tether right there. Ready to go, right? And that's how you could get down on a silver trade if you wanted to. I don't know if I'd be chasing the smaller time frames, but they do look interesting. I wanted to see consolidation on the daily time frame before we got a bigger move. But that could be a possible scalp right there to 91. Stop losses below 70. Watch out, Alchemist AI, double bottom. I still own that coin and I like it. Oh, they even have Master. Funny, they got MicroStrategy, which could actually end up becoming a better multiplier against BTC, right? Like if you think Bitcoin's going to 2x or 3x, then this is probably going to 3x or 4x, maybe even 5x. It's kind of like the bottom for MicroStrategy. Anyway, silver pump from $2 to $3 at 18. This has come down drastically. Can you do analysis and map out potential entries for shorts? Thank you. River. Yeah. Anyone else have experience with Coinbase perps? What's the point, you know, when you have other perps? Like, I like Coinbase, though. God bless them. And I like that they opened up new options for everyone. They even have, like, gold perps coming out in 2026, too, as well. So they're opening up. I would expect silver to come back down this channel, get tight, and then the entry could be there. I like the bigger time frames now. BTC is available in the U.S. Easy peasy, no KYC. Yeah. Maxi has silver now. Cool, man. River pump from $2 to $3 at 18. Yeah. I don't know. River has been showing signs because that has a use case. So River didn't just go up because it wanted to. It went up because it was feeling itself. And it actually is a use case. Yeah, there's some bear div there on River. Daily's way far away for the 20. You just wait for the daily to close a red candle next to the green one. And then you short it. Back to the 21-day moving average. That's all. Could even do the 8-hour. You could do the 4-hour. Wait for the 4-hour to close a red candle next to the green one. And then short it. That's it. It's not. This game is not that difficult. And then have proper risk management. And again, I won't tell you what to do with your money. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Okay? Okay. Yeah, and we're back at 93,647, up $4,000 still on the trade. So I'll put my money where my mouth is. If you made $4,000, $8,000 a week trading, that's $32,000 a month, man. That's over $320,000 a year. It's like, it's actually $384,000 a year. After taxes, it's a steady $280,000. I'm just, you know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, and that could be a side business while you're doing other stuff. For me, I love trading. I don't want anything else to get in the middle of my trading. I want to just keep trading. You know, so whatever keeps me trading is what I want to keep doing. That's all. You know, if anything gets in the way of trading, I don't want to do it. I love the passion for what I do. So we've been sideways most of the stream. Good sell on the Discord on that first scalp of the day. I like keeping the long open, and we'll go from there. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day inside the Discord to show you what I'm seeing. But I'm looking for the 4-hour to make a sideways pattern. That's going to take 16 hours till maybe Tuesday, January 6th at 7 p.m. at night. Again, I mean, I may be wrong. Maybe we pump. But it's starting to look big. I like what we're seeing. We did get rejected by 94,000. But had we pushed through it really fast, it would have been a little unsustainable. So I'm really happy that we kept it moving. I'm really happy that we got it going. And I'm excited to see what's coming this week. Let's take a look at Forex Factory just to kind of get ourselves ready for what could come at us. I believe it's Thursday and Friday at 8:30 from what I remember. Thursday at 8:30 we had unemployment claims. Friday at 8:30 we have employment change, unemployment rate, average hourly, and non-farm. I mean, that's going to be huge. So Friday at 8:30, Thursday at 8:30, Tomorrow, what do we have for the U.S.? Nothing too crazy. Some members speak at the FOMC. Wednesday, we do have ADP non-farm employment change. 8:15, watch for that. And we have JOLTS job opening. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're getting data. That's going to move the market, create volatility, and actually create opportunity. So get excited. There's going to be movement. And altcoins are starting to move a little bit. There was more movement today in the last 3 days than we've had in 3 to 4 or 5 weeks, really. So, and again, I just take profits one step at a time. I paid the trader already today. I plan to do it as much as I can. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for being here with the Lifer every single day. If you want to trade, we have links to the exchanges in the pinned comment. If you want to jump on in, they're right there waiting for you. We make it very simple and easy to hit those pinned comments. Join Weeks, join BTCC, join MEXC. Least fees, greatest customer service. I've gone through all these different exchanges. So it's really the on-ramping and off-ramping of funds. That's the only attractive thing about Coinbase. I would really like to explore other exchanges. Amen. Yeah, they're the best bank connection you can get right now for me and around the world, right? So semi. Shout out to Vegas Claw. God bless you. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Look for the 4-hour to pull back. Okay? That's what I see happening. We hit a resistance at 94,000 yet again. But the difference between this resistance and the other ones is we pulled the 21 above the 200 this time. We have a chance to make a high probability continuation pattern. All right? The greatest economic news is that I want are 2 words. Good afternoon from Jay Powell. I know, it's funny. Let's go. Thanks for your time, Sammy. Explore Crow. Then it's amazing. Yeah. Get your piano tuned, Sammy. Get your piano tuned. What does that mean? I would be amazing if you could share your biggest win and biggest loss in trading. Greatest learning and motivation. My biggest loss was like years. Yeah, my biggest loss, honestly, was I put piles of money into altcoins and I had to take like a $400,000 L. So one of my biggest losses, $400K. I lost $400,000 speculating on altcoins. I made more money on Bitcoin, but that was a loss. So I lost $400K trading altcoins. Sucks. And my biggest win, millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollar win on BTC. So I guess, I don't need my piano tuned. I don't know why someone's asking me to tune my piano. I have an electric piano. Did I say something about tuning the piano? Did someone say I needed it? I don't know. Where did that come from? Yeah. Peace and hair grease. God bless you, Quarter Crawler. Shout out to NY Guy. Shout out to Hodl Harmony. Shout out to Park Cash. Shout out to Crypto Taco, Vegas Claw, Sugar Shane, Hodl Harmony, and all the beautiful people in the game. God bless everybody here. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you so much for kicking it with the Lifer. Bitcoin 93,700 holding steady. I got the dreaded gap. I don't like that gap right there. Yeah. A lot of people have that gap. You can't have the gap. Close the gap. Mind the gap over here. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. I'll catch you on the flip side. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. What are you going to start today that's going to change your life? I started the stream. Now I do it. It's been 5 years. I could do this stream for another 5 years. Yeah. Shout out to you. Appreciate your time and dedication. Shout out to Joe B. Shout out to Jamal Antonio. Thanks for today's stream, Sam. God bless you and yours. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. I felt amazing today. This stream will be in the history books forever. We did it. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep going. Let's keep finding our way. I love you all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the flip side. I told you my biggest win. Listen, I already said it. I'm not going to repeat myself. God bless you all. Thank you.